Hey, it's Sugey here, and welcome to another video. Now, this video is a little different to the ones that I normally do. I haven't actually gotten in front of a camera in a very long time to record a video, but fear not, because these videos are coming back, these sort of talky videos where I sit in front of a camera, they're coming back. And with the success of the Geek Mythology podcast, I've discovered my new calling, my new passion, and it is basically pop cultures and fandom. I've been interested in all this for a very long time, but I never actually made videos on them, besides a few occasional theory videos back in the day, like a few months ago, and the Bad Batch one, which is quite recent. But I haven't been making these videos often, but with the release of Avatar on Netflix and other great shows like The Dragon Prince, which is becoming a really successful show, I figured that there is a lot of content to talk about, and I can make loads and loads of videos on them, so expect more of these sort of videos in the future on my channel. So anyway, enough of me talking, let's get started with today's episode, which will be about the Dragon Prince. So I've been watching Avatar The Last Airbender over the past couple weeks or so, and I'm just gonna say it's amazing. The best show I've seen, like best animated show. And like most people, I ended up binge watching like the whole series in a few days, probably a week. I saw the whole series and I was left bored. So after a quick Google search for shows like Avatar, I ended up watching The Dragon Prince. Now I could dive deeper on why The Dragon Prince is such a great show as well and how it captures the charm of Avatar. I could make a dedicated video to that. But one thing really caught my eye from the show, and that is magic. So similar to The Last Airbender, Avatar The Last Airbender, The Dragon Prince has a unique magical system. Like the elements in Avatar, the Dragon Prince has these so-called Primal Stones and Primal Sources. And whilst in Avatar you can bend certain elements depending on where you're born and who you are, these Primal Sources are more like sources for magical powers and spells. And like in Avatar, specific people can bend specific things. In the Dragon Prince, it's established that you've got all these different types of elves which can basically tap into and draw energy from various primal sources to do their magical things and magical powers. For example, you have the Moon Shadow Elves, and they draw their power from the moon, and for example on full moons they can become invisible. That's just one of the things that Moon Shadow Elves can do. And yeah, there's probably loads of other elves out there, like the Sun Elves, who probably have some cool power to do with the sun. And basically, different types of elves can have a natural ability to connect with a primal source, and that's what they call an arcanum. And it's like a connection which beings in Zadia, this land in the Dragon Prince world, beings in Zadia have a connection to the primal source, which gives them abilities and powers. But humans do not have this connection. So humans can't naturally perform magic. They have to do dark magic, which is like a dark, it's dark, it's not natural. So whilst elves have the natural capacity to perform magic, not all of them actively seek to learn all the different spells. But that's where you get mages. They're like wizards in Harry Potter. They study magic and they go and do magic. So we've got mages, and above that we have archmages, and they're really powerful magical people, and they can do all sorts of magic. And basically mages can draw power from the different primal sources to perform different types of magic. The main character, Callum, who is a human, he can't perform magic naturally. He has to use a primal stone, and these stones have primal source energy in them, and it allows, you don't need an arcanum to be able to perform such magic. But normally, if you don't have a stone, you need to have that connection with the primal source, the arcanum. And it is possible for people to master all the arcanums of various different primal sources. And yeah, it is possible for mages to basically learn all the sorts of magic that there is by mastering all the arcanums. So different types of elves have a natural arcanum. You could, I guess, try and understand the others and be able to perform other types of magic. So that's just literally a bit on how magic works in the Dragon Prince, but I'm sure you're asking, what about the Primal Sources itself? The video is titled Primal Sources Explained or something like that. Am I going to talk about the Primal Sources? And the answer is yes. Luckily for you, I have got information on the 6 Primal Sources. Now, most of this information is coming from the book, Callum's Spellbook, which was released earlier in 2020 by the Dragon Prince. It's basically an official book with world-building information about the world, the elves, the characters, dragons, and most importantly, magic. And it's got all the information about all the different primal sources. So, primal sources are in a way similar to the spirits in Avatar. In Avatar The Last Airbender, waterbenders can draw their power from the moon and the tides. Firebenders can get their power from the sun. And then you get earthbenders, which get their power from underground, I think. I have no idea. And airbenders, which get their power from the sky. So, moon magic comes from the moon, and it's strongest during a full moon. Sky magic is from the sky, and it's strongest during a storm. Sun magic is from the sun, and it's strongest when the sun is up high, like midday basically. Earth magic is from the ground, the land, and it's strongest when you're deep underground. Ocean magic is from the ocean and water. It's strongest during a high tide. And the most mysterious of all, star magic. You can draw your power from the vast, endless cosmos. And so now these different primal sources of magic have different traits and abilities, and you can perform different types of magic as well. We're going to start off with moon magic. Moon magic is all about the spirit and energy of the moon, including an out-of-world feeling, and it's also cyclical in nature and strength. It gets weaker when the moon is full. No, it gets stronger when the moon is full, and weaker when the moon is not full, I guess. So as the phases of the moon changes, the strength of moon magic also changes, and the moon arcanum is all about understanding the difference and the relationship between appearance, what it looks like, and what it really is like. Moon magic is about illusion, about manipulation, reflection, duality, appearances, secrecy, that sort of stuff. It's very shady. It's a very shady sort of magic, and it's in season 1 and 2 of Dragon Prince. We've got this moon elf person who does all these illusions, and it kind of reflects the nature of the moon. Sometimes it's fully lit, but often it's got a dark part of it is unlit, it's dark, and then there's the dark side of the moon which you never get to see, and it's that secrecy, that bit of the moon that's hiding and you never get to see it. That is what moon magic is. It's deceptive, and it's shady. And like the Moonshadow Elves, during a full moon they can become invisible, and that just, reinforces the fact that moon magic is all about secrecy and that sort of stuff. Now we've got sky magic, also known as weather magic. It is all about the sky, the winds, and that includes the weather as well. I'd like to see a sky magic person who has mastered the art of lightning. Not just because lightning bending or Palpatine's Force lightning is super cool, but it is super cool. That's why I want to see a lightning mage or something. Maybe because I'm just a Star Wars fan, I guess. Unlimited power! Power! I have no idea what I'm doing. Similarly to airbending, I guess, sky magic is all about agility, freedom, and being light on your feet and quick, floaty. It's kind of like airbending and lightning bending mixed together. And that's sky magic, basically. Sun magic can be pretty intense. Sun magic draws from the heat and energy of the sun. It can be life-giving. Think about how sunlight makes plants grow. And it can also be oppressive and destructive, like sunburn and fire. It's a bit like firebending in a way. It gives life, but is also destructive. A lot of sun spells involve fire, and sun mages can project a very positive energy overall. And sun mages believe that their mission is bringing hope and light into the world. So the moon has a dark side, it's all about secrecy. The sun, on the other hand, is fully illuminated. I mean, it's the source of light. It shines over everything and it reveals stuff. So sun magic is very transparent, it's very honest, it's all about light and hope and truth. And the sun warrior elves, they've got this magical staff thing which they can point at people and people get blinded by it, but it basically reveals the inner truth of someone, whether they're good or evil. Earth magic, unlike in Avatar, is much more than just rocks and the ground. Earth magic is also about nature and plants and trees. Earth magic draws on the power and energy of the land, and there are two main types of earth magic. There's earth magic relating to the rocks and minerals and crystals, and then you've got earth magic to do with trees and plants, nature, animals, and living creatures. And similarly to earth bending, earth magic is also associated with strength, stability, perseverance. In Avatar, Aang had to learn to be a rock and basically stand your ground and don't dodge attacks. You have to face it head on. And earth magic is like that. It's about having a strong connection to the ground, and having a like a tree with its roots, basically. Ocean magic, on the other hand, is much more flowy. It's present in any body of water, not just the oceans. You can find it in water, rivers, streams. It's similar to waterbending. You've got to be flexible and be able to transform and basically adapt and flow depending on the current. Ocean magic draws on the depth and power of the oceans and tides, and it includes ice magic like freezing spells. So a bit like waterbending, I guess, with ice. And it might be possible that you could use water magic, ocean magic, to breathe underwater. Last of all, we've got star magic, and you get this power, this magic from the stars in the galaxy. Star magic is sometimes called celestial magic, and it draws on the vast, timeless power of the cosmos, and it's very rare, it's very mysterious and out there, and very hard to understand. And yeah, it's extremely rare. There's only one star mage born in generations, and it seems like Aravos, this star elf, is a star mage. Star touch elves, Star touch? I think that's how you say it. But anyway, the star elves, they can perform star magic. And Aravos, who's this like super shady, mysterious character, I think he's the villain. They're very rare elves, and they're very mysterious and secretive, and I guess that sort of reflects star magic. Not much is known about star magic, but hopefully we get to know more about it, because we've got 4 confirmed Dragon Prince seasons, which is amazing. So yeah, hopefully we get to see all the different types of magic and all the different magical spells from all these different primal sources, because that would be amazing. So anyway, what do you think about these primal sources and all the different types of magic? And if you had to pick one primal source that you could get magic from, what would it be? I know I would personally choose sky magic, because I just want to be the sort of guy who can shoot lightning and shoot air around, sort of like Aang mixed in with Palpatine, you know, Airbender lightning god. That would be super cool. So yeah, tell me down in the comments what sort of mage or primal source you think is the best. And if you enjoyed, be sure to like this video and check out the other videos. So up here we've got the GEEK mythology video, check that out, it's a podcast all about fandoms, and down here at the bottom, some random sugeypopplanet video that YouTube recommended, and that is it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!